Hi, I'm Holly. I'm 18 years old and I have cystic fibrosis. Because it's Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Week, I've decided to do a video explaining and talking about my life with CF. I feel that a lot of people have a vague idea about what cystic fibrosis is, but most people don't realise the extent to which it affects our daily lives. So this is my cystic fibrosis story. I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at 6 weeks old by the heel prick test, a test which is done in all newborn babies to screen for genetic disorders. Okay, I'm now going to talk you through my daily routine. So every morning I wake up and I have to take my tablets. Now it's a nice little cocktail that I've got going on. I use a tablet holder system. So at the beginning of the week, I get all my tablets, pop them out the packets into my holder. So every morning it's dead easy, flick this open and take them. It's just a system I found really easy, keeps me organised and I know where I am and whether or not I've forgotten to take them. Okay, so in each of them little compartments each morning, I take a selection of different tablets for different reasons. So the first one is called ursodeoxychloric acid, URSO for short, and that is for my liver. Because of thick sticky mucus, it doesn't just clog up our lungs, it also can clog up our livers. So this tablet, that just keeps it at bay, prevents it from developing. So this is actually a very important tablet because one of the sort of later stages of CF is you can get liver damage, which obviously you don't want, so taking this is key. Okay, my second one is called Runny Tedium. This is a basic indigestion heartburn tablet. I think you can actually buy it off the shelf. And I take this because with obviously coughing a lot with the CF can cause quite bad acid reflux, and sort of acid from the stomach comes up, burns our throats, so therefore ranitidin's there to stop that. Then I go on to my antibiotics. Now obviously with the CF, because of our thick sticky mucus, we're very susceptible to getting all different types of bacterial infections. Currently I have a rather bad infection called atypical microbacterium, and this actually is pretty difficult to get rid of, almost impossible I'd say, and therefore I'm on constant antibiotics to keep it at bay, stop it progressing and sort of keep it at a level that is tolerable. So my 3 antibiotics are clarithromycin, and I take one of these morning and night, and yeah, that's one of the 3. My second one is called doxycycline, little green one, and actually this one I only take once a day. And then my third one is ciprofloxacin, and I take 3 of them morning and night. So sort of the combination of the 3 really tackles and fights the infection, because often if you have just one, the bacteria mutate and become resistant. That's quite a big problem within CF, is that you find a lot of the bugs that you get, the antibiotics work maybe the first few times you take them, but then after a while the bacteria and bugs are clever and they decide that this antibiotic doesn't work anymore. So by combining 3 together, it just becomes a bit more effective and hard for the bacteria to become resistant. So yeah, that's my tablets that I take. After my tablets, I have to do my inhalers. Now, I take the basic asthmatic inhaler called salbutamol, also known as Ventolin. This inhaler basically stops inflammation in the lungs, calms down the airways when they're a bit sore and inflamed, and makes it easier to breathe. I take my inhaler through a volumatic. This is because if I puff it straight into my mouth, it hits the back of my throat and it irritates it and makes me cough more rather than less. So taking it through here, it just almost dilutes it a bit with the air, and therefore when I breathe it in, it doesn't irritate me the same. The second inhaler I take is called Seretide. This is a steroid inhaler, which means, again, it stops inflammation, but it also does it more down in the really sort of lower, smaller airways, which are harder to open up and breathe through. So that inhaler opens them up more. So it's really important that your airways are opened up because for physio, you want to be able to move the mucus from the bottom of your lungs where all the bugs are growing. You want to be able to cough it all up and get rid of it so the bugs can no longer grow. After my inhalers, I then do something called a nebulizer. Through my nebulizer, I inhale DNase. This is a drug that thins the mucus, therefore making it easier to move and cough up. I take it through a device called an iNeb, which basically vaporises the liquid and aerosols it, and I breathe in over a course of 2 minutes. It's dead easy, dead quick, and simple. Okay, so now the exciting bit. After I've done my tablets, inhalers, and nebulizer, I move on to my physiotherapy. Now this is where it gets exciting because I have a physiotherapy vest. These aren't particularly common in the UK. They're starting to get more popular now, but because they're not available on the NHS, not many people have got them. They're used widespread in the States as the sort of standard method of physiotherapy, but unfortunately, like I say, they're not available on the NHS over here, so it's slightly more difficult to get hold of them. So basically, the vest involves a jacket like this, which I'm going to put on. So you put it on and you clip it up like this. And then if I move the camera slightly so you can see, you have a pump like this, which is the airway clearance system, and it has these 2 tubes coming out of it, which now I'm going to connect up to the vest, if you can see. So here, the tube goes onto here like this, and the other one on the other side. And then I turn it on. So as I turn it on, it's going to be loud, so you might not be able to hear me very well, and also my voice will start to shake because of the vibration. So basically, the jacket's going to fill up with air, and then the air's going to oscillate and shake, and this is the method of physiotherapy, because if you think the pressure of the shaking air against my lungs basically does that. It shakes your lungs and enables you to cough up all the mucus. So here we go. Okay, so it's blowing up now and tightening around me. You can see it's like puffed up with air. And then now it's going to start to oscillate like that. And I now sound like a sheep and rather ridiculous. So I stay on the vest for 20 minutes. And actually I fall asleep when I do it. It sounds insane because I'm currently shaking all over the place. But I'm so used to it now that I put it on in the morning and I go to sleep. And yeah, it's brilliant. I just sit like this for 20 minutes or lay down. You can be in any position you like and it does the job. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now. The vest has loads of different settings, so you can do it faster, slower, more intense, less intense. There is sort of a basic recommended setting, which is actually the one I use. I've found that one's best for me. I have experimented and fiddled around before, but the standard one is just perfect. So you just unplug it at the end of the session, unclip the vest, and job done. So often when I'm doing it, I will cough, and I will cough up my mucus, and I feel so much better after I've done it. I really do feel like I've done a good, productive session of physio. Okay, so the final part of my treatment regime is the nutrition and diet side of things. So I take quite a few dietary supplements to help me maintain and put weight on. This is because CFs really struggle to put weight on. We only absorb about maybe half to 3/4 of what's in our food. therefore weight gain is difficult. We're told we're meant to eat double what everyone else eats, so 3,000 to 4,000 calories per day. Now, this is a big struggle because often when we're feeling under the weather or we have infections, our appetites aren't great. Therefore, I take Scandi shakes. These are chocolate milkshakes. Mix them in my Scandi shake maker with milk, and they have about 600 calories per shake. When I'm sort of going through a bit of a phase of feeling ill and not having a great appetite, I try to have 2 a day because that's 1,200 calories straight away, really easy, just drink the shake. But normally, when I'm okay, I'll have 1 a day. And it's just, some extra calories boosting the immune system. So with everything I eat, I have to take enzymes. I'm on enzymes called pancrease HL, although most CFs take enzymes called Creon. It just depends on your digestive system, I suppose, and what works best for you. And I found that these work best for me. I put the most weight on when I'm on these and have the least tummy upsets. So if you don't take enzymes, that's what happens. You get stomach upsets, you get tummy ache, the runs, and basically none of your food gets digested or absorbed, and you get nothing out of it. So with every meal, every snack, anything that contains any sort of fat or energy or anything, you have to take your enzymes, so my pancrease. I tend to take about 6 to 8 with a meal, 3 to 4 with a snack. Obviously it depends how fatty or calorific the meal or snack is. With a bag of crisps, I'll maybe take 2. With a full fried breakfast, I'd probably have 8 or 9. So yeah, we're encouraged to eat lots of junk food, I suppose, chocolate, pizza, crisps, fried food, just anything that's really high in calories, because we just need as many as we can to put weight on and to fight infection, because weight is a key issue and a key sort of building block in fighting like the infections and the bacteria. Because if you've got good weight on you, got a strong immune system, you're more likely to be able to fight off the bugs by yourself. Right, so now I've talked you through my daily routine of doing my inhalers twice a day, my tablets twice a day, my physio twice a day, eating lots of high calorie snacks, taking my enzymes throughout the day with my food. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to do a second video talking about hospital admissions, intravenous antibiotics, and generally dealing with CF as a young adult and the sort of things I have to think about that maybe most normal teenagers don't, and sort of ways I've learnt to deal and cope with everything. I hope you've enjoyed my video. I'm going to put a link just down at the bottom of how you can donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Trust. There is currently no cure for cystic fibrosis, so any money you can donate would be fantastic, because they're currently doing so many different experiments and tests, such as gene therapy, trying to find a cure, and anything you can give will help. So yeah, donate today please. Thanks for watching. Bye!